January 2026. Your Social Security check went up $56, but you're getting less money. And I know what you're thinking. Math doesn't work that way. Except when the government is involved, it does. I'm going to show you the shell game. They're playing with 71 million Americans' retirement checks. The three numbers they're hiding. The numbers that determine whether you get the raise or just the bill. Quick note, this is educational content about Social Security and Medicare, not financial advice. Consult a qualified professional before making decisions. Now here's what you need to understand. According to the Social Security Administration's October 2025 announcement, benefits increased 2.8% in 2026. For the average retiree collecting $2,015 per month, that's $56 more. Your check goes from $2,015 to $2,071. Sounds good, right? You got a raise. Except on the same day, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services announced Part B premiums jumped 9.7%, from $185 to $202.90. That's $17.90 per month, automatically deducted from your Social Security check before you ever see it. Now here's where this gets insane. You got a $56 raise. They took back $17.90. Your actual increase? $38.10. That's 32% of your cost of living adjustment. Gone. But wait, it gets worse. Because for millions of you, that $17.90 is just the beginning. Some of you are paying $400, $500, even $600 more per month. And you didn't see it coming. So how did this happen? October 2025, Social Security announces your 2.8% raise. Headlines. Everywhere, seniors get boost. Benefits increasing. Every major news outlet covers it. You feel relieved. Then 3 weeks later, on a Friday afternoon, Medicare quietly announces the premium hike. Almost no coverage. You know why. Because they always do it this way. But here's the thing. These aren't separate agencies making independent decisions. Social Security and Medicare both answer to the same government. They coordinate. They KNOW when they announce the COLA, what Medicare premiums will do. But they split the announcements. Good news first, bad news later. It's not an accident. It's strategy. The Social Security letter arrives in your mailbox. You see $56 more per month starting January. You do the math. $672 more per year. You're already planning what to do with it. Then December rolls around. First Social Security check of 2026 hits your account. You're expecting the full amount. It's less. Let me give you a real example. Remember the $56 raise I mentioned at the beginning? Let me show you what happened to one person who got it. Meet Carol. Carol is 68, retired teacher. She gets the Social Security letter in October. $56 more per month starting January. She does the math. $672 more per year. She's planning what to do with it. Maybe fix the back deck. Maybe visit the grandkids more often. Then the first check of 2026 hits her account. She's expecting $2,071. She gets $1,868. She calls Social Security thinking there's an error. There's no error. According to CMS, the $202.90 Medicare premium came out automatically. Nobody sent her a letter explaining the offset. She got the raise on paper. But her net check is barely higher than last year. Carol's not alone. This is happening to 66 million Americans right now. Now, if you're Carol, at least the hold harmless rule might protect you, meaning your check can't go down. But there's a group of retirees who get zero protection. They're called IRMAA victims. IRMAA stands for Income-Related Monthly Adjustment. Amount. Translation. If you save too well for retirement, Medicare charges you more, way more. Here's how it works. According to Medicare's 2026 IRMAA brackets, if you're single and your 2024 income was over $109,000, you pay extra. Married filing jointly? Over $218,000. And it's not a small penalty. According to CMS, the standard Part B premium is $202.90, but hit the first IRMAA bracket, you pay $261.70. Second bracket, $373.80. Third bracket, $485.90. Fourth bracket, $598. Top bracket, $635.50 per month. That's $432.60 more than the standard premium. Your $56 Social Security. Raise? Medicare took back $450. You're losing $394 per month. Now, here's the kicker. That $109,000 income threshold? It includes everything. Pension, IRA withdrawals, capital gains from selling stock, rental income, even the taxable portion of your Social Security counts against you. So you spent 40 years saving. You were responsible. You didn't rely on the government. And your reward? A surcharge. Meanwhile, someone who saved nothing gets the same Social Security pays $202.90 for Medicare. You pay $635.50. The system punishes savers. Let me make this concrete. Now remember, we started with a $56 raise that turned into $38. For some people, that raise disappears completely. Here's how. Meet two neighbors, Jennifer and Mark. Both are 66 years old. Both worked their whole lives. Both get $2,500 per month from Social Security. Jennifer has a pension that pays $40,000 per year. Plus, she takes out $30,000 from her IRA to cover expenses. Total income, $70,000. That's under the $109,000 IRMAA threshold. Jennifer pays the standard Medicare premium, $202.90 per month. Mark also has a pension, $40,000 per year, but he saved more aggressively. His IRA is bigger. He takes out $75,000 per year to maintain his lifestyle. Total income, $115,000. That's over the threshold. Mark pays $261.70 per month. That's $58.80 more than Jennifer every month for the rest of his life because he saved more. But here's what nobody's talking about. The premium isn't the only thing that went up. Medicare Part B has an annual deductible. That's the amount you pay out of pocket before Medicare covers anything. According to CMS, the 2025 deductible was $257. 2026, $283. That's a $26 increase. 10% jump in 1 year. So let's do the full math for Carol. Her Social Security went up $56. Medicare Part B premium went up $17.90. Her net monthly increase, $38.10. But in January, when she goes to the doctor, she hits that deductible, $26 more than last year. First quarter of the year, she probably hits it. So her real annual increase from Social Security, $56 times 12 months equals $672. Medicare premium increase, $17.90 times 12 equals $214.80. Deductible increase, $26. Total taken back by Medicare, $240.80. Her actual raise for the year, $431.20. That's 64% of what they announced. And that's if she's not in an IRMAA bracket. If she is, she lost money. The 2.8% raise turned into a pay cut. So why does this keep happening? Why do Social Security raises never keep up? Here's what you need to understand. The formula is rigged. Not illegally. Worse, legally, according to the Social Security Administration. The cost of living adjustment is based on something called CPIW, Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners, not retirees, working people. Now here's what's wild about this. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Expenditure Survey, working-age households spend about 8% of their income on health care. Retirees, closer to 15%. But the COLA formula doesn't account for that. It tracks what 30-year-olds spend on rent, transportation, food, not what 70-year-olds spend on prescription drugs, doctor visits, and Medicare premiums. So, every year, your costs go up faster than your COLA. It's not bad luck. It's bad math. And nobody in Washington will fix it because fixing it would cost the government billions. I've watched this pattern for 15 years. Same game every time. They know the formula is broken. They've known for decades. But changing it would mean admitting that Social Security doesn't actually keep up with inflation for retirees. And that admission would be political suicide. So instead, they announced the 2.8% raise with a press conference and a press release. Everyone celebrates. Then 3 weeks later, they bury the Medicare premium increase and hope you don't connect the dots. The Senior Citizens League's analysis shows that between 2010 and 2024, Social Security benefits lost 20% of their purchasing power. They calculate that if you retired in 2010, you'd need an extra $370 per month today just to maintain the same purchasing power. But you didn't get $370. You got $56, and $17.90 of that evaporated before it hit your bank account. This is a slow-motion crisis. But here's the good news. Here's what you need to understand. You can't change the COLA formula. You can't stop Medicare premiums from rising. But you can protect yourself. And most retirees have no idea these options exist. So here are the 3 moves that separate the people who survive this from the people who don't. First, if you're anywhere near those IRMAA thresholds, you need to manage your income strategically. Remember, IRMAA is based on your tax return from TWO. Years ago, your 2026 Medicare premiums are based on your 2024 income. That means you have a planning window. If you know you're going to have a big IRA withdrawal or sell investments, spread it across multiple years. Do not bunch income into one tax year and trigger IRMAA. That one mistake can cost you $5,000 per year in extra premiums. For the rest of your life, let me show you what I mean. You're 64 years old. You want to take out $150,000 from your IRA to pay off your mortgage. Your other income is $60,000 per year. If you take that $150,000 in 1 year, your total income is $210,000. You just triggered the second IRM, a bracket. Starting at age 67, when that tax return kicks in, you're paying an extra $170.90 per month. That's $2,050.80 per year, every year, for the rest of your life. But if you split that withdrawal across THRE years, $50,000 per year, your total income is $110,000. You're in the first IRMA, a bracket. Extra cost, $58.80 per month. That's $705.60 per year. The difference? $1,345.20 per year, forever. one planning decision. Now, here's what's critical about this. Second, if you're not in retirement yet, start Roth conversions now. According to the IRS, Roth IRA withdrawals don't count as income for IRMAA. Traditional IRA withdrawals do. If you convert traditional money to Roth in your 50s and early 60s, before Medicare, you can take that money out in your 70s without triggering IRMAA surcharges. This is the single biggest tax arbitrage move for future retirees. Roth distributions are tax-free and don't count toward your modified adjusted gross income. That's the number Medicare uses to calculate IRMAA. So if you have $500,000 in a traditional IRA today and you're 58 years old, you have 7 years to start converting that to Roth. Before Medicare, convert $50,000 per year. You'll pay income tax now. But when you're 70 and taking out $50,000 per year from that Roth IRA, Medicare doesn't see it. You stay under the IRMAA threshold. You pay the standard premium, not the surcharge. Third, audit your prescription drug costs. Some families have saved $600 per month by switching to mail order pharmacy for their prescriptions. $600 per month. That's 10 times your Social Security raise. Most people never compare prices. They use the pharmacy near their house. That's a $7,200 per year mistake. According to a Consumer Reports 2025 study, the same prescription can vary by 400% depending on where you buy it. Same drug, same dosage. 4 times the price difference. Now here's the critical part. You can start all 3 of these today. Start with your 2024 tax return. Check if you're close to an IRMAA, a bracket. If you are, call your financial advisor tomorrow. Not in retirement yet? Ask about Roth conversion strategy this year. On Medicare? Call your pharmacy and ask for mail order pricing on your top 3 prescriptions. For some people, one phone call has saved more than their entire Social Security raise. So here's what you need to take away. 3 things. 1. Your 2.8% Social Security raise is not a 2.8% raise. After Medicare premiums and deductibles, it's closer to 1.8%. For some of you, it's 0. For some, it's negative. 2. If you're in an IRMAA bracket, you might be losing money, not gaining it. The people who save the most are getting punished the hardest. That's not an accident. That's the design. 3. The system won't fix this. Politicians won't change the COLA formula because it would cost billions. Medicare won't lower premiums because healthcare costs keep rising. You have to fix it yourself. Remember Carol? The retired teacher who thought she was getting $56 more? She called me after watching a video like this one. We looked at her tax return. She was $8,000 away from an IRMAA bracket. One big IRA withdrawal would have pushed her over. We spread it across 2 years instead. Saved her $3,200 per year in Medicare surcharges for the rest of her life. That's the difference between knowing this stuff and not knowing. Here's the reality. There are 2 groups of retirees. The ones who understand how Medicare and Social Security actually work, and the ones who believe the headlines. The first group plans around IRMAA, manages their income, shops their drug costs. The second group opens their Social Security statement in January and wonders why the math doesn't add up. You get to choose which group you're in, but you have to choose now, because Medicare is looking at your 2024 income to set your 2026 premiums, and your 2025 income to set 2027. Every year you wait, you're leaving money on the table. Don't be Carol before she called. Be Carol after